Hey everyone, welcome to the Wilson Homestead. I just wanted to take you for a walk around the gardens today just to show you what's going on. So I'm going to start out here in the perennial bed, and we've still got the dianthus going strong. Daylilies, and over here is another daylily. It's a really tall one. I actually call these like ditch lilies because you always see these growing alongside the road. But they're really beautiful up close. Check out this awesome specimen. This is a purple astilbe. I planted it last fall, so this is its first year blooming for me. I bought it from Direct Gardening. Isn't that gorgeous? This is purple Echinacea, and it's starting to set buds, so it won't be long until it's blooming, and these blooms last for a long time. This is a balloon flower, I believe. It's not setting buds or anything yet, but it's growing. This is the rose plant that I told you about in an earlier episode. I actually rooted it from a bouquet of flowers that my husband got me for my birthday 2 years ago. And it has a beautiful salmon colored bloom on it, and right now it has a bud on, and I cannot wait to show you whenever it blooms. Another beautiful daylily. I'm not really sure of what kind this is. This was gifted to me by my mom. She gave me like 3 or 4 different kinds of daylilies, and I'm not sure which species they are, but as long as they're pretty, they are welcome in my garden. This is Blue Queen Salvia, and the first flush of blooms is like coming to an end right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deadhead them, and they'll put on more blooms. But when I deadhead them, I'll just cut back to a leaf node and it'll put out new growth. See, there's a leaf node, there's a leaf node. I'll probably cut back to this one, and it'll shoot out new spikes with blooms on them. But that's a really pretty plant. This is a pincushion plant, I believe. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's got really soft purple blooms on it. And I need to deadhead it. If you keep deadheading some perennials, they'll just keep on blooming for you. And it also looks nicer if you keep them cleaned up. This is sneezeweed. I think it's also known as helenium, but as you can see, it's starting to get buds on it, and it blooms like a really pretty orange color. I'll show you whenever it starts blooming, but I'll keep deadheading this and it'll bloom all season. This is my Pinkus Toby, and it's starting to open up. It should be in full bloom by next week. I love astilbe. Those feathery flowers are gorgeous. My new blaze rose is doing really good, putting on a lot of new growth, and the plan is to run it up this obelisk. I have some more balloon flowers in here and some Echinacea back there. I have a lot of hardy hibiscus in this bed too. And some of them are pink, and this huge one, this humongous one right here, is white. And they don't bloom until like late summer. But they are gorgeous whenever they come in bloom. I would say this one is probably about 5 or 6 years old. And it is enormous. So I have this old porch swing that overlooks my big perennial bed here. So I can sit out here and enjoy it. And on both sides of this swing, I have planters. And I put some vining plants in there, and I'm hoping that they'll grow all the way across the bar at the top. I think that'll look really awesome. So what I have in these planters is Black-Eyed Susan vine, which is really taking off right now. I started them early inside. And if you can see this wispy little foliage in here, this is cypress vine. And it's a mix, so I'll have, I believe, red and pink and white flowers on that once it takes off. So I'm excited to see if it makes it all the way across this swing. I'll keep you updated on it. This planter is right beside of our pool. I have one of these little torch lights. My sister-in-law got me this for my birthday, and it kind of scared me the first night I put it out because I didn't know that it looked like it was on fire, but it actually looks like a torch. And when you look outside, it looks like something's on fire. But anyway, in this pot, I have some creeping Jenny in there, and I also put some nasturtiums in there. This is a Korean fir. I think it's probably about 6 years old. But if you look closely up here, it has pine cones on it. This is the coolest part of this plant. Those pine cones are like a bluish black color. Really neat. The planters in front of my basement door are filling out nicely. I actually have some blooms on these trailing snapdragons. Pretty pink bloom on this new Guinean patient. This is a shrub that somebody was just throwing away. They actually gave me 2 of them that they took out, but only one of them made it. This is a Tila, I think is what it's called. But I just love those yellow blooms on there. It's so cheerful. So you remember how I was complaining that the Walmart caladium bulbs that I bought didn't come up? Well, they're coming up now. Apologies to Walmart. So these begonias that are in this pot are getting kind of long and lanky. So I think I'm going to cut them back a little bit so they'll bush out. But everything else is looking good. My front door planters are still looking good. Finally starting to get some blooms on the new Guinean patience. I don't know if you can tell on this camera, but these are like bright red. I brought my orange tree outside. I took all of the oranges off of it, pruned it a little bit, gave it some fertilizer, so hopefully it'll put out some more blooms and some more oranges. These are the climbing petunias. I finally got a trellis put in there. I accidentally broke off a piece of my Wandering Jew from the planters along the front door, so I just popped it in there. It'll probably grow massive. But I think this looks really nice. My mother-in-law got me this trellis. Actually, I think it was like a thing you hang on your wall. But she got it at a yard sale and I was like, oh, awesome, I'm going to put that in with my petunias. I think it's perfect here. Alright guys, that wraps up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you next time here on the Wilson Homestead. Bye guys.